Yep.
That's great.
That's awesome. Anyone else would like to share? Carol.
I was in the same group. Hello, Ruana.
Oh, Carol. Oh, God, didn't even recognise you.
Same one. So mine was the same as Doreen's. I had the High Priestess was last, the Judgment was first, and then Justice, and then High Priestess. And my 3 cards were the Page of Swords, the 10 of Swords, and the 4 of Wands.
Okay.
So we decided that I had some more thinking to do and that all would be well in the end.
Yeah. You know, maybe a new way of thinking about it as well.
I'm not sure what I'm thinking about. What is it that I'm thinking about?
With so the High Priestess was in the middle, could still be all happening internally, like behind the veil. There's some, you know, some thoughts that you're thinking about, some, you know, deeper thoughts. Maybe you need to, you know, start to bring them out. Some of these ideas that you're having on projects that you're working on, you know, some thoughts, next steps, next things, next adventures that you're looking at doing.
Yeah, it's sort of like, you know, I think you were talking about having a vision of where we're targeted to or something, and I don't know that I've got that. And so that's what you're actually saying. It's like developing something. Like as it is, I just plod along.
Yeah, we need. I'm a real big person about having a bullseye, having that target. Otherwise, you just go round and round in circles, and 10 years will go by, and you're down a sidetrack. So you know you need to have that bullseye, and that's what that left foot, right foot is all about. That like a ship tacking in the water to get to that target, you have to like it keeps you on a course, and you know when to correct to get there. And you'll actually get there quicker.
Everybody's back now, Ruana.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. Anyone else would like to share?
I have a question.
Yep.
With the right foot, left foot
Scenario, yeah.
You there?
Yep, I can hear you.
With your, is it a business plan? How do you do this right foot, left foot? I don't understand that part.
This is what I was just saying. You need a goal. You need a vision. You need something to guide you.
Yeah.
You know, and you can change that vision, but as long as you have that vision or that goal to move towards. And I also learned when the rocket went to the moon, it didn't go straight to the moon. It went left, 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 oh, better correct, right, 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 oh, too far right, better correct, left, you know, it went this right foot, wrong foot, sorry, right foot, left foot, till it got there.
I do understand there always have to be adjustments, but sometimes you've done so many adjustments and you've done so much to get to that particular goal, and it's like something's put a foot in there and it's not moving, and it's
so it's testing you. So Spirit's testing you. You know, how strong is the foundation? How true is that goal? You know, is it? Because I truly believe when you do Spirit's work, Spirit does.
I know.
You those opportunities.
I thought I was doing something that was very precious. I'm a specialist weaver. I make fur baby cushions. Yeah. So you collect your fur, brush it, and then I give it to my spinner and she spins it, and then I weave it. And it all started with this particular one, which is it's a sloth bear, rescued sloth bear from India. Wow. Combined with Angora, and she went through a cesarean, so her fur was collected, and there are 2 of those. So I'm waiting to give these ones to charity, and they'll go pretty high. It's just finding the right organisation. Yep. And so getting the cushions out there is really challenging. So at the moment I'm sending my cushions out to the doggy daycare centres.
Oh yeah.
I've been in the media. I've had articles written about me. I've been interviewed on the radio. So I've even been on Better Homes and Garden.
So it's happening for you.
No.
It is. You wouldn't be on the radio and be talked about and in the, you know, in the magazine if it wasn't. That's
Yes,
all part of it. That's the left foot, right foot.
Okay, so that's a left foot, right foot, but there hasn't been any clients from this left foot, right foot. It's like I want to get those cushions out, and it's like you can't, and I don't know why.
Yeah, yes, you can, and it will come. It just takes time.
So I'm in the hangman.
That lag, there's that lag there, right? And everything has its own lag time, and for you it might be 7 years.
Wow.
That's how long it takes.
I was just going to say, pop in and say, if you want to send me your details, I'll get in contact with you, because I've got somewhere that you might be able to get you in with people interested in buying your cushions.
Thank you. So you want me to?
My name's Cheryl Ford.
Cheryl.
I'm on the committee, yeah, and I'm the host. I'm up the top here. So what's your name again? And I'll look you up.
My name's Dahlia, and my company is called Love of Weaving.
Right.
So, and you'll find me on Google, and you'll find me on the Etsy store. And yeah, so
Yeah, I know who you are. No, that's fine. Yeah, I'll get back to you.
Keep going. All right, keep going.
Cheryl, I can give you Dahlia's details if
I know her name now, so I know it's Dahlia Holzman, I think.
Holzman, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Naomi.
Yeah, so you're definitely, you know, on that journey, because the first step on any journey is the hardest step. Again, that rocket, when it left Earth's orbit to go to the moon, it used 75% of its fuel to get out of Earth's gravity. The rest of the trip was 25% left over, swung around the moon and came back to Earth. So, you know, you're well and truly on the path.
Thank you.
Thank you. Keep going. And remember, you know, a lot of people on the 99th step want to throw the towel in too, all right? Because it's hard work, but don't give up. Just keep persisting. And another opportunity will show up, just like Cheryl popped up today for you. Another bit. There's another bit, all right? Thank you. Anyone else would like to share? Kate, did you want to say something again? No,
No.
Leah?
Well, just to fill in the silence gap, yeah, I would just like to say that The Hero's Journey has been a very favourite reading of mine in, you know, various different books and things, and seeing the tarot cards applied to that makes a lot of sense. So thank you so much. I've really appreciated that understanding.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Leah. Yeah, the Hero's Journey, I recently did, and Mal did too, William Whitecloud's workshop, Alchemy for Success. And he spoke a lot about the hero's journey and how, you know, in all the old myth stories, the baby, the newborn king was hidden. And then along his path, he would meet the wise man or someone that would wake him up. And all of a sudden he realized his potential, but then he had to fight to claim back that power. And we have to be like this rebirthed again. We have to be reborn. And, you know, even in the Bible, it says you have to be born again to get into the, you know, through the gates of heaven. So there's a transformation that we have to go through in life. And this is going from that high priestess being, you know, behind the veil to all of a sudden stepping out of that coffin and standing in your glory, you know, claiming your throne.
Yeah. And so, like, even if you look back to fairy tales, a lot of the fairy tales are the journey of the children and escaping the witch or the wicked, whatever, you know, and the journey of climbing the mountain and falling back. So it's all in our myth and story. Everywhere is the hero's journey.
That's right. And if I can just bring Dahlia back in, you know, this is you're fighting the demon, you're fighting the battle out there, getting your pillows, you know, you've got to fight for your survival to claim your throne, you know, that's the journey. So I learnt to fight too. You know, after after my experience of my marriage, I needed something to help me stand in my power. So Taekwondo became a great experience for me to learn to stand in my power, to use my power, to feel confident with that, to put myself on that edge of life. So it did help, and we had gradings every quarter, and I'd also put myself into the competitions just so I could handle what life would throw at me in the real world. I like even presenting here today, all the nerves, and, you're going to get asked questions and all of that, but it's a battle. You've got to okay, I'm in, let's do it. Let's go for it,
Yeah.
Anyone else would like to share? Yes, Trish.
Yeah, I was in our group with Scott and Roz. I mentioned that I'd always thought of judgment as a call to action, like the call before the action actually happens. And so it was cool to kind of point out that it's it's right at the end of the fool's journey, and it's, that aspect of being in action rather than, wake up, rise up out of the coffin. You were in the coffin, you are in the coffin, you are being called to leave the coffin, but actually you have stood up, you are moving and embodying, that movement. So I had never thought of it that, hey, it's like right at the end, and it kind of mirrors that idea of perseverance. It's like you still need right at the end someone to go, hey, keep going. So that was another good thing, Dahlia. Thank you for your story, to kind of look at judgment like that. So yeah, thank you for that.
Thank you. And I love how all the other major arcana are all about you. Your death, your awakening, your tower moments. And once you get you out of the way, the last two cards are about doing for others.
Yeah.
That higher purpose work, and then you're happy with who you are in the world, because there's this giving and taking, and there's a nice balance there. But it's right at the end. Yeah. Thanks, Trish.